Welcome to this video on the Acoma Massacre of 1599, exploring the collision of empires and the enduring legacy of Sky City. Acoma Pueblo, the homeland of the Keres Acoma nation, is a thriving, self-sustaining community with a 1,000-year continuous history. Its sheer cliffs provide a naturally isolated defense. The Spanish crown expanded its reach, granting Juan de Oñate permission to colonize. The Acoma, holding the most defensible position, refused to submit to the ultimatum to become subjects of the Spanish king and Catholic Church. The two sides had incompatible paradigms. The Acoma sought cultural preservation and autonomy, while the Spanish pursued total colonization and imperial expansion through forced labor and conversion to Catholicism. Tensions escalated from initial contact in 1540 to a demand for tribute in 1598. Juan de Zaldívar and 11 of his men were killed in what the Acoma viewed as a necessary defense against invasion and theft. Oñate's past experiences led him to believe that Acoma's defiance would spread. He saw crushing Acoma as a necessary warning to prevent a pan-Pueblo uprising that could annihilate the New Spain colony. From January 21 to 22, 1599, the Acoma defenders effortlessly used the natural fortress, raining rocks and arrows onto the 70 heavily armed Spanish attackers attempting to scale the sheer face. On day 3, a small Spanish cannon was hauled up an alternate route, creating a technological breach. The artillery shattered the structural defenses, and the resulting fires allowed the conquistadors to storm the settlement. The 3-day onslaught resulted in a demographic collapse. 800 people were killed and 500 were captured. Roughly 20% of the entire Acoma civilization was wiped out or enslaved in 72 hours. Oñate's decree on February 12, 1599 established a horrifying system of retribution. Men over 25 faced foot severing and forced slavery. Others received decades of forced labor or permanent separation from their culture. By 1601, the surviving Acoma began rebuilding. Spanish friars forced them to construct the massive San Esteban del Rey mission, hauling ponderosa pine logs 40 miles across the desert as a symbol of the new regime's burden. Years after the massacre, King Philip III received word of Oñate's excessive cruelty to the natives. Oñate was stripped of his titles and banished, but the colonial machine he established remained firmly in place. History is living trauma and ongoing reclamation. Modern artistic retellings, like The Legend of the Pueblo Massacre, use indigenous realism and weaponized flamenco to reclaim village dignity and rewrite the narrative of victimhood. Colonial violence leaves a physical scar, but indigenous memory outlasts colonial monuments. The severing of a bronze foot from an Oñate statue in 1998 and the statue's removal in 2020 complete a 400-year arc of symbolic defiance. Today, Acoma Pueblo remains the oldest continuously inhabited community in North America. Its survival is the ultimate rebuke to Oñate's campaign. Empires expand and crumble, but Sky City remains an unbroken thread.